Hello everyone and welcome to Team 3's presentation on the application of the CPS process to solve a complex problem. The problem we decided to address was engagement of online students. Excuse me if the volume's a little loud on the video, I cannot fix that, so you may want to turn it down a little bit. I don't want to blow an eardrum. Our Osborne-Parnes creative problem solving module became the framework really of not only our meeting minutes, but the framework for how we were going to accomplish the solution to a problem that we identified together. This module became our outline on our meeting minutes. We aim to address certain areas of this creative problem solving steps as we saw them. And we made sure to kind of almost check off where we were on our project using this module. And I know personally, as myself, who is somebody who is a quadrant B person, I really liked to see kind of the steps involved in getting to that acceptance finding stage. So this really became a framework for our team on how to address the problem. To start off, our team decided that WebEx meetings were the best tools available to us. We enjoyed using the video chat option, which allowed us to kind of understand what the other ones were communicating, allowed us to share our screens and our information and our data. So it was really a tool that benefited everybody in this project. And the very first meeting, we decided to discuss kind of who we were, where our strengths lies, where our weaknesses were, and how we would be able to benefit and support one another during this project. We found that there was a pretty good mix of each quadrant in our group, and each person kind of identified with a different quadrant. So we weren't, too heavy on one quadrant and too light on the other. There was really a good mix of individuals in our group to address this problem. For example, somebody like myself, although I kind of fall within a couple of quadrants equally, I found that for this project, I was really heavy in the quadrant B area. So I was really focused on the procedure, wanted to get things done, wanted to stay organized. So I took the role of the meeting minutes and organized those to the Osborne-Parnes creative module and really outlined the meeting minutes, agendas, and so forth. So the structure of our group was meeting agendas would be sent out before the meeting. The meeting agenda would be then led by a certain person. And after the meeting was concluded, meeting minutes would then be uploaded the following day for the team to review and understand what their goals were for before the next meeting. And this was repeated for 3 meetings, I believe, that we had before the end of the project. So the focus of this presentation is not really going to be on what our problem was or what our solutions were. I'm going to touch on that, obviously, but really this presentation is going to be about the steps that we took to be creative and find a creative solution to a problem that was being faced by everybody in the group. So to begin, we started with kind of our objective finding stage. So we wanted to identify a goal that we all had or a challenge that we all shared that was common amongst ourselves to kind of find that common ground that everybody could build on. And this was kind of our explorer part of the presentation. So following the A Kick in the Seat of the Pants book, we all kind of put on our explorer hats and decided, kind of brainstormed ideas, tried to come up with different ideas. And we found that we didn't want to assign an explorer or an artist or a judge or a warrior. We wanted everybody to kind of take on that role together and really come up with these ideas, these solutions together as a group. That way, everybody was kind of diverse in their thinking and in their problem solving. So the explorers, everybody kind of generated ideas, and the idea that we came up with, or a challenge that we came up with, was engagement on online students. So everybody is an online student who is in this course, and we all kind of discussed and shared and wrote down that we really found that engaging content was a challenge for us as students, and we wanted to find if there were any facts to back this up. So our quadrant A individual, who was very into numbers, individuals I should say, who was very into numbers, very into fact finding and gathering and details, kind of took on this role of finding facts related to online engagement for students. This led to the artists and everybody kind of coming together, taking the ideas, taking the data that the explorers have found, and that was presented to the group, and kind of generating the problem statement, or generating and clarifying the problem for everybody. And that's kind of where we came up with the engaging content for online students. Our next step in the Osborne-Parnes creative problem solving module was to kind of find a solution. This generated a lot of solutions, and unfortunately everybody had such good ideas for the solution to the problem using the data that was presented to the group by our quadrant A individuals, that it was kind of difficult to judge and narrow down the solution. So the best way to do this, we found, was to utilize the K&T analysis. So we kind of came up with 4 solutions really that we thought would be best. And using the musts and wants objectives, we kind of narrowed it down to 2 solutions. And of those 2 solutions, the leadership competitive board, or gamification, won out in our one objective. So that was the solution that we decided to utilize for our problem. After using the K&T analysis to find our optimal solution to our problem, we implemented the acceptance finding stage of the Osborne-Parnes creative module. So we used our warriors in us to create a plan of action for the implementation of our solution. And we found within our group, especially if it was really data driven, so any stance we took, whether it be our ideas for a problem or challenges that we faced, our ideas for clarifying the problem, our ideas for generating solutions, and our ideas for implementing the solutions, it was really required of our members to provide the data to back up their stance, and provide the data to kind of sell their idea and sell their solution to the problem. So that was something that I feel was kind of really unique with our group, was if we took a stance, or if you found something, whether it be the problem, the clarification of the problem, or the solution, it was really required of you to kind of back that up. So it became a very informative project, because we really utilized resources out there to defend and support our positions on this project. Now I'm going to move on to kind of our poster and our presentation. So thank you, Rochelle and Nicholas, for creating this poster. We really kind of broke down the poster more into the sections of kind of 3 main sections here. So our first section here was kind of our challenge and our what is the problem. So we have engaging with online learning here, the cost of learning and development. So we all understood that, you know, online learning, whether it be for college or work, can be costly, but that cost is really, it doesn't mean much if there's not an engagement and a lasting impact on the student. So this is kind of our problem that we found. And next we moved on to kind of our solution to the problem. So we found that if you use competitive leaderboards for online learning, it becomes kind of a fun and healthy competition. The accessibility of employees and the encouragement of group performance really kind of generates engagement and generates kind of that motivation to do well. The benefits to the leadership board method, obviously, was the promotion of social atmosphere, increase in motivation and self-esteem, and the competition to promote time management and critical thinking. And we kind of supported all this and found our data to back up our solution here. Next was kind of the last step, and that was the implementation of the leaderboard. So these were kind of the steps we came up with that somebody would need to follow in order to kind of create an optimal leadership board within their online, either an existing or a new online learning environment for a student or for an employee. We'd like to thank you for listening to our presentation. We had a great time working together and really enjoyed coming together for this project. Our reference list is located in our appendix document uploaded to the discussion post for if you would like to see some of the sources that we used. Thank you again. We hope you have a good day.